Ladies, gentlemen, friends from all over the world. How are you doing today? You guys know who I am. I'm Jay, aka the Moderate Texan. We're here today because we get to have a little bit of fun. We get to talk about Juice Scruggs. We get to talk about how he looks as a player. We get to talk about how he looks as a guard, as a center. We get to talk about what things are really good for him, what things he might need to work on. We get to look at film, ladies and gentlemen. We get to talk about the Houston Texans. You guys know who I am. You guys know how I am. Love you all. Love to talk Texans with you. Love to talk sports. As always, you guys know that all the people who have been on the show with me, Joey, Ryan, Money, Matt, Jordan, all of their information is down below in the description. You can hit them up on Twitter. You can find their YouTubes there. If you're not in Jordan's Discord, go ahead and join the channel and jump in. We are a giant family there, and we'd love to hear from everybody. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Always looking to hear from you guys. Always looking to get your feedback and move on and try and get better. And lastly, as always, what do you guys need me to pray for? I'm always here to listen. I'm always here to help you. I'm always here to pray for what you need me to pray for. So please feel free to put that in the chat, put that in the comments, DM me on Twitter, DM me on Discord, text me if you've got my number. I'm always willing to do that. Texan Shots, what's up, my guy? Good to see you. Much love to you. We always know how it goes. Directly after I come in and give you all that same spiel, we jump into a quick side note. I didn't really have one for today. And I didn't really want to dive too deep into the draft debacle that happened. But I kind of do. So we know what happened with the number one pick of the NBA draft. We know that the San Antonio Spurs, my San Antonio Spurs, got the number one pick in the draft, the first one in 26 years. The last time we had the number one pick, we chose Tim Duncan, the greatest power forward to ever play the game. And then the one before that was David Robinson, a top 5 center in the game. A lot of Rockets fans were upset, and I think they're rightfully upset. I had hoped that Houston and San Antonio would go 1 and 2 in some order, but I had hoped that would be the case. I will say this, though. I know that Houston, I want to say it was Detroit, and San Antonio all had the same odds for the number one pick. But over the last couple of years, Houston has had a lot of number one picks, and I do mean a lot. Or not number one, but top 3 picks. It's been 2 in the last 3 years. This is the first year they've gotten, 4? The number 4? It's a lot of talent they've accumulated. They're expected to get Harden. I think Harden is looking at coming back. They might trade for Jaylen Brown. They've got a lot of ammo. Kind of interesting is that they have almost more ammo in NBA terms than the Houston Texans did in NFL terms with more picks. I think they have about the same amount of picks. My big thing is Rockets fans don't be upset fully. I know it's a bad situation. I wanted you guys to get number 4, but watch what they do. I think they trade up for 2. I think they go and grab Scoot. He'd be great in that backcourt. I think they grab Harden or Jaylen Brown, which will probably be the better play, grabbing Jaylen Brown. And I think y'all find a center either in free agency or you trade for a center. Or you use one of your plethora of picks to draft another one. We'll see how that goes. Alperen Sengun, great player. I hope you guys can figure out how to use him. But I don't think there's too much to be upset about. I think with the number 4 pick, you guys can easily trade up to number 2. I think that's not too hard for you guys to do. We'll see what happens. But Houston, y'all are still up. The Astros are crushing it. They just swept my Cubs. Tier there, right? The Texans are looking up. everything is starting to look up in Houston. So don't hang your hats. Don't hang your heads down because you didn't get the number one pick. You got the best coach, Ime Udoka. You got the number two pick. We got the second best quarterback. And really, I still think we had one of the best drafts in team history. Don't look down. Houston has really, really done well for itself. All right. Let's end my quick side note and let's jump into the real deal stuff. The stuff that we're all ready for. It's time we look at the film review for Juice Scruggs. Now, as always, I'm not here to tell you guys that Juice Scruggs is a terrible player or a great player. What I am here to do is show you guys the film, break it down with you, and let you guys come up with your own thoughts, your own ideas. I think Texan Shots, you're still here. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up in the chat. I just want to make sure that my sound is good. But let me know. And we'll jump right on in to the Juice. He might have to get the upgrade. And I'll give you guys at the end, we'll talk a little bit about what I think his juice is, just like Jordan gave us what casserole Nick Casario was. Nice. Good. Perfection. I can be heard. That's all I need to know. Give me that juice indeed. All right, let me jump into the film and let's get it started. Let's get it popping in here. All right, let me share. Oh, please, because I am seeing. That's why. Okay, cool. All right, so here we go. So you guys can see right here, we have, this is Penn State. Offensive, obviously this is Penn State here, versus Michigan. Now, in this particular game, this is Maisie Smith, first round pick, Dallas Cowboy now, against Juice Scruggs. Juice is right here at center in this game. If you guys see any 2021 stats, it's most likely going to be that he's at guard. Sorry about that. My phone decided it was going to tell me some stuff. So let's take a look. Juice right here. If it will ever play. Let's watch that one more time. I do not know what's going on here. Give me a second. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to redo this because it's going wonky on me. Bear with me here, guys. As I reshare my screen. All right. Let's look at this play one more time. All right. That's what I was looking for. It had done some crazy stuff. All right. Eden, what's up, my guy? All right. So I'm not going to play this too much. It is just me, so I get the opportunity to kind of just break down what I'm seeing here. At first glance, we have Maisie Smith here going up against Juice, and it looks like he's getting pushed back. And then all of a sudden, the dude just stops him. And that move forward is halted immediately. Once Juice, and this is something you'll see as we go through his film, once Juice essentially stops whoever he needs to stop, he becomes, as Matt says, welcome in Money Matt, he becomes an island. He becomes Juice Island, and he becomes that very, very quick. It is hard for players to get by him. And we noticed this with several great people. But on this play, one thing you want to notice is, yes, he does initially go back. His pad level's too high. His hand placement's not right. But once he sets and gets into the right position, he stonewalls. And that's exactly what you're looking for. Eden, man, good to see you. As always, Beige, good to see you as well. All right, let me jump on into the next clip. Real quick. right, let me get that full screen. Let's present it real quick. All right, next clip. Again, this is against Michigan here, right? We want to see this Michigan stuff because, again, Mazi Smith is a first-round pick. We want to see him do well against the first-round pick because this is who he's going to be going up against. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness! Sometimes I hate my internet, and sometimes I love it, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll get through it together. Let me pause real quick. I'm having some internet issues here real quick with this. Bear with me, guys. Thank you, Beige. Please don't forget to hit that like. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, let's play this over again. Let's see if it works. It is not. What is going on? We'll see. Fantastic. On the guy I really want to show. It is just giving me all types of issues. All right, let's start this over. Let's restart it. There we go. Come on, YouTube. Catch up. Well, as you guys cannot see because it's not working for me here for some reason. It's my headphones. But what you guys can't see is when this finally catches up, this is Juice and this is Mazi. What I want you to see is that Mazi continues to get put on an island. For some reason, I don't know why this is failing me right now, but it is. It's cool. It's fine. It's whatever. We're seeing Mazi go nowhere. As before, remember we saw Juice and Mazi go backwards a bit towards, Juice's end zone, towards the quarterback. This time it doesn't happen. Mazi Smith gets stoned immediately. And that's exactly what we're looking to see here. You can see it. This is the point of entry right there. Look, there is no backpedaling. This is Mazi Smith going full forward or full backwards himself. That he cannot win. Mazi was spending some quality time out there with a excellent tackle. Fantastic. As soon as I stop sharing my screen, everything goes beautiful. It's a great thing. Don't you guys love technology? All right, let's get this next one going here. All right. Let me go ahead and let me reshare. Hopefully this time the screen actually goes so we can see. This one is against Ohio State. It is impressive because Mazi Smith is known for his strength. So let's kind of see what's going on here. Let's get this play started. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let me reload this real quick. Lord have mercy. I'm going to fight this screen, y'all. I am not liking what's going on with my internet, but we'll get through. We will succeed. Load up. All right. My Lord. Is this playing okay for you guys, or is it going crazy here like it is for me? It's really slow and I'm not able to really see stuff. Yeah, these are going to be some notable games coming up for him. Yeah. Dial-up internet indeed. I'm going to have to get in contact with my internet provider. These guys are killing me, Smalls. Killing me indeed. All right, I'm going to try something real quick, gents. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to try something. There we go. As soon as I threaten with violence, it decides it wants to do stuff. All right, here we go. And then it chops up again. All right. So what I'm wanting to point out on this play is that Juice is not the greatest in his shuffle here. He's got to be quicker than that. And it allows him to get beat. We can kind of see it as he's there in the middle getting beat right there. Let me go ahead and try and replay this. Okay, there he is. Maybe I just got to keep it small. All right, you guys can see how he's instantly beat right there. 86 gets into that backfield real quick. He had no chance. Violence is never the answer. Never let that be the thing that you guys are doing. Do not resort to violence. But the point that I'm trying to have for that particular play is we need to see him move a little bit quicker. What you do see a little bit, and his skill does overplay some of the worst players in college football, is he oftentimes, let me see what happens if I make this a bit bigger. Okay, fantastic. It's starting to work. Here we go. But oftentimes he is off the break a little slow, and players who are fast and super athletic can get around him, especially if he's not ready for it. I think working with a great offensive line coach, getting in the gym, getting them reps, he'll be able to really get better. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next play. Hopefully this time it's not going crazy on me. It looks like it's going a bit better. All right, let's watch this play a couple of times. All right, so here we go. Here's Juice. Quick getting up in the second level. And what I want you guys to notice is there was a guy over here, number 31, and then there wasn't a guy over here. What Juice is really good at is sealing. He's good at sealing quickly and efficiently. And then once he's set, he's really good at making sure you are out of that play. If he can get his hands on you, you're done. The problem is getting the hands on you, right? I think he's got great hand placement. I think he's got a great center of mass. He can get low. But oftentimes, like on this play here, I want you guys to notice this is a linebacker. That pad level needs to be a bit lower. He does need to get a little bit lower because while, yes, Mozzie Smith is really strong and pad level work for him there, he can't do this against guys like Micah Parsons. He's not going to be able to do this against guys who are also super strong, unlike this guy, unfortunately, who ends up 5 yards downfield and off the screen. We definitely need him to get more consistent with getting that pad level down. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's get to the next play real quick. Let me pull it up. You guys let me know if the stream gets paused for you at all. Now, looking at this play, the very first thing I noticed, oh, Lordy. The very first thing I noticed is this quarterback was silly here. You got to learn to slide. And in this case, Auburn said violence is the answer. Yeah, let's leave that joke alone. The first thing that I really noticed, though, in this play outside of the quarterback is Juice deals with a stunt perfectly, something that Scott Quessenberry couldn't do very well. He deals perfectly with this stunt. Look, he's here, recognizes that this guard isn't going to get there, and he comes off and steals that block immediately. This is what we need from Juice Scruggs. This is what we need from the center of our offensive line. This is what we need in that interior. Shaq Mason's going to help him. This hopefully helps Kenyon Green get better. Hopefully Kenyon Green gets better and he helps him. This offensive line can be great with a center like Juice Scruggs, who has the ability to, if he recognizes it, get there in time and be able to do what he needs to do. All right. Let's go ahead and get to the next play real quick. And this play is going to be a little different. This one is going to be him as a guard. quality here. Fantastic. Even on a potato. All right. So he is a guard here. I believe he's the right guard. So I think he's right there. That is him. What I need you guys to understand is that he is in this game going up against Lucas Van Ness. That's already something that you guys need to hear. He's going up against another first-round talent. Again, and this time it's Lucas Van Ness. As you guys can see, and this, by the way, this guy was not having a good game. Let's see if I can't get this quality somewhat better. It is 240p. Can we get some better quality? Good grief. Let's go 480p. Maybe that'll be better. All right. What you guys can see here is that guard is going nowhere. This is Juice right here. And he is just holding this guy there. He's been holding him there the whole time. As a guard, he can get it done too. So if for some reason, God forbid, it doesn't work out with Kenyon Green, we know that Juice can get it done. He can get it done at the guard. I know right here he is a right guard, but we know he can get it done there. And look, there's no help from this center here. That's just straight up him against the defensive tackle, stopping him, stonewalling him, and allowing the QB to make a throw, which he wasn't very good at. When you watch Penn State's film, you realize that quarterback was not that great. All right, let's go ahead and let's look at the next play here. And again, if you guys have anything you want me to review or any film you want to watch again, let me know. I'll try and jump back and watch that again. Hopefully it works. Yes, and Juice can play a tackle. We did see some plays like that. All right, so here we got Juice right here, number 70. Here he is. And this time, gents, that is Lucas Van Ness. Lucas Van Ness goes nowhere. And Juice isn't even using his lower body because the center is on the ground engaged with 94 at his knees. That's crazy. Look at that. His strength is enough to take. This is 2 first-round talents he's gone up against. Lucas Van Ness, Mozzie Smith. Both of those guys have been stonewalled significantly against Juice Scruggs. As I think it was Matt who said earlier, Buckner, Vita Vea, DJ Reader and Quentin Williams will probably be the 2 best ones he'll go up against. Don't forget Jonathan Simmons off the Titans. Those guys are going to be crazy. But I think Juice is up to the mantle. He can do it. And as Matt says, he also can play tackle. We've seen him play tackle. In fact, when I was watching the film, I was like, wait a minute. Is that Juice against tackle? Or Juice at tackle there? What's going on here? In fact, the next play, good up on you, Matt, even though you're not in the video here. The next play, Juice is out here at right tackle. Now, this is not against Van Ness. That's clear. But it is at tackle. And he does hold his own. It's not for very long, but he does hold his own. And he's on an island. He's got no help. He's by himself. So when we look at Juice Scruggs, a couple of things fly off the tape for me. First is if he gets a hold of you, it's over. Stop. You're not going anywhere. You're not going to get past him. He can hold his own and put himself on an island, and he does not need help. He has the ability to recover quickly, even on speed rushes and power rushes and with insane moves. I've watched many times where a player tried to spin on him and he just kind of kept pushing them around and they could never finish that spin. People tried to rip moves, swim moves, any type of move they could do, and it didn't work. But as you're saying here, Texan Shots, yes, the back shuffle is legit from a guy who plays center and guard. I think he just plays offensive lineman. That's what he does. The dude is an offensive lineman. That's why he was drafted. Now, based off of the film I'm watching, we got him at what, the low second round, at the end of the second round? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how he fell as far as he did. Now, I'm not saying he's perfect, right? No center got drafted super early in the draft like that. But I see why we took him over Luke Weichler. I know a lot of people said that we shouldn't have done that, but I can see it now. I can see the reason we did it. His snaps are never off. They're always good. He's always in the right position. Sometimes he can be better on the shuffle and the stunt, but most of the time he's in the right position. I would say 90%, 95% of the time. And I think it was you, Texan Shots, who said this in the Discord, but every offensive lineman gets beat sometimes. And yes, he does have very nice footwork. He does also need to work on getting pads lower rather than staying straight up. That can get him in trouble. I do know there are some critics who say it was a reach, but I think actually he should have been higher. I'm not saying he's the number one center out there, but I could see him being a early second round. I wouldn't say maybe not really late first round, but there is reason to be hyped about this guy. There is reason indeed. All right, let's get to this next play here. This next play is against Purdue. All right, let me minimize this and let's go to theater mode. Now, he was pick 62 in the draft. Now, on this play, there isn't anything crazy here except for the fact that he does two things. One, he manhandles the first guy who's there, passes him off, and of course, nobody helps with that. And then he goes to the second level and proceeds to manhandle the second dude because that's what he does. I'm not sure if that's what the issue is or what. We're gonna figure this out. I don't know what's going on with my internet, but we'll figure it out, gents. We'll figure out what's going on. And we'll get it working. There we go. All right. So let's watch this one more time. Oh my gosh. So first, Juice is here. You can see that he takes care of the second dude after the first one. Jason Killer. Yeah. Jason Kelsey giving you truth bombs there. But yes. Juice Scruggs able to be on that island in a wide offensive, power ruts scheme, wide offensive line that we're kind of going to be looking at. That center being able to hold his own is what we need big time. And you can see here, he gets stuffed initially, and then he just moves on. If, I could get the play to run smoothly here. You see, he goes back a bit, and then he goes forward. Once he gets set, it's over. It's over for you. All right, let's get to this last play. Hopefully it plays well, and hopefully my internet holds out just a little bit longer, because right now it is not liking me. Yes, centers are crucial to this system here. All right, look at that. What I need you to recognize here is Juice Scruggs says, hey, man, you're going to end up way out of the way. You're not going to be in this play. Dameon Pierce and Devin Singletary need that. They need somebody to create a lane out of nowhere for them. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the lane that opens up here. Dameon Pierce hits that hole. It's over. Goodbye. Singletary hits that hole. It's over. Goodbye. Look at that. There's nobody there. There's the ref. This guy might be getting off his block here, which he does. Dameon Pierce, we've seen him get through that several times. But that's what you're looking for. That's the kind of plays that you're looking to see out of a starting center. Especially for one that's got to be better than Scott Questenberry, who was, I think, the worst center in the league last year. All right. Before I move on to the next section here. Did you guys want me to replay any plays? I know my internet decided it was going to go crazy there, and I wasn't able to show the cleanest of film like I normally do. But was there anything that you guys wanted me to show again before I move into my next thoughts? I don't plan on keeping you guys here too long. If not, let's talk about what I think. But before I talk about what I think, what do you guys think based off of the film you saw? What do you guys think about Juice, just based off of what you were able to see and how good you saw him or how bad you saw him be? What do you guys think his potential is? What do you guys think he'll do? Do you think he starts day one? I don't know about Jarrett Patterson. I haven't looked at his film yet. But do you think Jarrett Patterson beats him out? Do you think he is behind Scott Quessenberry still? Or does Scott Quessenberry not make the team? What do you guys think? Give that to me in the comments. Give that to me in the chat. But what I think is, I think Juice is pretty much ready. I think he's ready to go ahead and take on some of the best. He's going to run a gauntlet, much like we saw from Kenyon Green this year. He's going to have to run that gauntlet. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be pretty, but he's going to have to run that gauntlet. And I think he'll come through pretty well. Scotty getting cut, Juice will hold it down at C. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. I think that might be the case. If he doesn't and Jarrett Patterson wins the job, if Juice is better than Kenyon, I can see that as well. Juice has been his guard work looks phenomenal. And if for some reason Titus Howard needs to move out to move back into left tackle because Kenyon gets hurt or whatever, you've got Juice who can go back to the outside. He could play that position. And you got Jarrett Patterson who can come in and play that center position. Yeah, I do think Juice is better than Kenyon. He's not as raw. The thing about Kenyon is Kenyon in run blocking is fine. When it comes to run blocking, Kenyon was fine, but his weakness was pass blocking. He generally wasn't very good at pass blocking. That's okay, though, right? Like, he's going to get better. It was his first year in the league. We knew he was going to be a bit of a project. It is what it is. But I think Kenyon will be much better this year. Do I think he'll be the best left guard in the league? Probably not. I think he'll be middle of the pack. But middle of the pack there and middle of the pack at center and top right guard and top left tackle and top 15 right tackle or top 30 tackle in general, but he was a top 10 right tackle. That offensive line is going to give CJ time. And the man already has a flick of the wrist that's ridiculously quick. It's going to look good. It's going to look real good, especially if he has more than 2 seconds. Yeah, what else do you guys think? I know he's got that gauntlet. I know he's going on. On the what do I think also, do I think he's the day one starter? Yes, I think he is. I agree with you, Beige. I think Juice is the day one starter. I think he plays, God willing, no injuries, knock on wood. Got some wood right here. I think he plays the whole season, and I think somewhere around game 4 dominates. I think he starts to look real good. And I think at that point, CJ Stroud starts to find a groove. It'll all depend, though, on how good we look for the entire team and that entire offensive line with the weapons we have downfield. But I think you'll see an immediate craziness with that run game. I think you'll have Devin Singletary and Dameon Pierce having the best years of their career off the jump. All right. Potential. What do you guys think his potential is? For me, I'm trying to think of a top center, but that's not the best center. Who was Aaron Rodgers' center for a while? I can't remember his name. Not Jeff Saturday, because I know that was Peyton Manning and Aaron Rodgers. But the other guy, the guy who was his center for a bit, uh, up in Green Bay. That guy, I think he can be pretty good, somewhere on that level. I think he can be a top 10, top 5. I think he's already better than Nick Martin, much better than Nick Martin. Um, I think he can be the best center the Texans have ever had. And that's high praise because we had some good centers in the past. So I do think he could be that. I don't think he gets there immediately. Maybe 3-4 years in, I think he starts to show that. But I think he can be the top center that we have going forward. What do you guys think, though? Give me some feedback. Give me some feedback. Lastly, do you guys have any questions? Anything else you guys want me to talk about? I don't have to just talk about the Texans. We can talk about whatever. We don't have to just talk about Juice Scruggs. We could talk about whatever. We could talk about win total. We could talk about what the national media has been saying. We can talk about anything. Shredder. It's a decent ceiling. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I can see it. I can see it. Let me look up. Let me look at the Packers center real quick, and I'll tell you who I think he is. It is not that guy. Is it Josh Myers who was their starting center? I think it was Josh Myers who was their starting center. Let me see. I think it was them, but oh yeah, JC Treader, yeah. I don't know if our boy is going to be AR, but CJ is going to be AR. But if he is, that'd be really cool. But yeah, I think he could be on a level of Pro Bowl. I don't know about all pro, but I think he'll be a Pro Bowler a couple of years at least in the league, which is pretty good for a center. Will he be the best center in the league? No, I still think there are better centers out there. But I think he'll be one of the best in the league, especially if he can reach that potential, get his pads low, learn to deal with stunts consistently, so on and so forth. All right. Well, if you guys don't have any additional questions, additional thoughts, additional concerns, additional doubts, or whatever else, it has been a fun day. Good point with Treader. He did play multiple positions. Good point. Good point indeed. I can see that. Two early seasons award. I have this feeling that Will Anderson, I think he kind of runs away with Defensive Player of the Year. I think that's going to be pretty good for him. But I think we come away with both rookie awards, honestly. I think we come away with Offensive Rookie of the Year with C.J. Stroud and Defensive Rookie of the Year with Will Anderson. MVP, I'm going to say Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow wins MVP this year. I think he dominates. I think he wins Super Bowl too. I think for Comeback Player of the Year, I would love to say John Mechie. I'm not sure on that. I don't know who's going to win Comeback Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year. I think that's either TJ Watt or Myles Garrett for Defensive Player of the Year. And Offensive player of the year. I think it's Christian McCaffrey. I think he just carries that 49ers team as far as they'll go. Yeah, that's a good one. DeMar Hamlin, if he plays at all and plays well, yeah. I am hesitant to have him come back on the field, but you know what? Another comeback player of the year candidate would be OBJ as well if he can play well. But I don't think he does. I think I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think we win against the Ravens. Their defense doesn't scare me. I think OBJ is gonna come back with Deshaun Watson syndrome and not be ready to start the season. I think it's going to be the same for Lamar, who was injured at the back half of the year. He didn't play a whole lot, which is why they didn't make the playoffs and why they were picking higher. So I think that team is not going to be as good as you think. We're giving them a lot because of Lamar, but I think he comes back rusty. And I think so does OBJ. And they're not going to be as good as you think. I don't think that offensive line is as good as it was. They didn't really address all his weapons. Yeah, they got some, but they didn't really address them that much. That running back room is not the greatest. Our defense got a lot better. Our defensive line got a lot better. Our offensive line got a lot better. Our secondary has been a lot better. I think we win that first game. I'm not going to say it's a blowout, but I think we win it. I'll give C.J. Stroud 212 passing yards, 20 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Will Anderson will get a sack. That's my predictions for the first week and for the year. Hopefully that's good enough for y'all. Yeah, that's good. That's a good call out there. Thank you for coming out, Beige. Thank you all for coming out. Texan Shots. Thanks for coming out, Matt. Thank you for coming out, Beige. Eden, good to see all of y'all. Good to hear from y'all. Thanks for the support. You guys know how it is. We got to look through the darkness today, find a little bit of light. In this case, it was a lot of light, and we got to bring it right back to the middle. You guys know how this goes. I love all of you guys. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to hear the podcast for this, you guys know where it is. It's down below, listed in the description there. Feel free to hit me up at any point in time on the Discord, on Twitter, and my phone. Call me. Do whatever. I'm here and I'm available for y'all. Much love to y'all. H-Town stand up and go Spurs go.